This segment is sponsored by National Funeral Home and Memorial Park, a Dignity Memorial provider. Today, we'll be discussing practical information about planning ahead and how families in Northern Virginia can make important decisions before a time of need. With us today is Joshua Carter with National Funeral Home and Memorial Park. Welcome, Joshua. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Tell us a little bit about National Funeral Home and Memorial Park and how you serve families here in Falls Church and Northern Virginia.
Sure. Well, the cool thing about our campus is that it used to be a 200-acre dairy farm.
Oh, wow.
So we still have the 200 acres. It's now a cemetery. And we are unique in the sense that the funeral home is on the campus of the cemetery. So we're able to serve families all in one spot. They can talk through and make decisions for their funeral and their final resting place all at the same location.
Yeah, that does make it nice to not have to travel afterwards
Exactly.
to space. Yeah. Why is planning ahead a funeral or the cemetery arrangements, why is that just so important for families?
Yeah, so it's just as important as some of the other major things we plan for, right? It helps relieve the burden from your family. So one of the things that you can offer your family through pre-planning is clarity. By making the decisions, documenting them for your family, you relieve them from the pressure of having to make those decisions during a very difficult time, one of the most difficult times in their life when they've experienced a loss. So really what it's doing is it's caring for the people you love by giving them the gift.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
What are some of those decisions that people can make in advance?
Well, you can make all the decisions in advance if you'd like, but sometimes people feel a little overwhelmed by trying to achieve all of that at once. So we just say make as many or as few as you would like. Some people just simply start by deciding whether they're going to have a cremation or a burial, a traditional service. Other families want to plan it all out. They want to include every detail. The participants in the service, the songs they want, how they want to be memorialized. So really, we just encourage you to pre-plan or make some of the decisions if you're not ready to make them all. But again, you can make as many or as few as you'd like.
Yeah, all of this sounds like it makes a lot of sense, but
Yeah.
I know for some families they feel like starting these conversations is just difficult. What would you say to that?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I would say it's perfectly normal. Honestly, none of us really like to talk about these things, right? But I would say most families are extremely relieved once they've had the conversation. The hardest part is starting the conversation, of course, but all we ask is that you ask a few questions, get the discussion going with your family, and once you actually are talking about it, a lot of those decisions are made through conversation with your loved ones.
Yeah.
So really the hardest part is just getting the conversation going, but it's a perfectly normal feeling to have.
Yeah, and I would imagine it actually brings peace of mind after you've made these decisions. Why is working with a local provider here in Northern Virginia such a great idea for families?
I think the biggest thing or the main reason is because we're all a part of the community as well.
Yeah.
Our team of 70 all are from the area. We all live here. We go to the same grocery stores. You know, we're a part of the community. So I think that's important because Northern Virginia being as diverse as it is, you need a team of people who understand the diversity, who understand the different cultural needs, especially when you're speaking of funeral rites or burial rites. We serve a large community, a large diverse community at National, and our professionals are trained in all of the different diversities, the cultures, and the funeral rituals. So that's why I think it's important.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Joshua, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Of
You're
course,
welcome.
of course. To learn more about planning ahead, visit nationalmemorialparkvirginia.com.